We're fortunate enough to join now Governor Rick Scott, who's giving an update on Hurricane Irma at the Emergency Operations Center in Tallahassee. Governor, how are things across your state?
Well, Shepard, I know a lot of people are asking me what they can do for us. The first thing I'll tell them is say a prayer for every person in our state. I know a lot of people want to donate. You can go to disaster, text in disaster at 20222 and make a $10 donation. And as this goes on, we're going to do there's going to be a lot of cleanup. We'll need more volunteers, so you can go to volunteerflorida.org. But I've talked to a friend down in the Keys. They're getting hammered right now. I'm really worried about the storm surge down there as the storm goes through. My hometown is Naples, Florida. We're supposed to get 10 to 15 feet above ground level of storm surge, so I'm worried about them. I've watched the cameras all across the state this morning. People are not on the roads, which I hope, because this is going to go up our west coast, hit Fort Myers and Tampa and Sarasota and St. Pete. I hope people are in their shelters or in high ground. And we're going to do everything we can to take care of every person. We will not bear one expense. We want everybody to survive this storm, and then if you have a problem afterwards, our National Guard, our first responders, Fish and Wildlife, we will do everything we can to take care of you.
Governor, it's been quite a thing to see you jumping all over that state for the past few days with an almost hourly update for the people of Florida. How are you and your team holding up? There's a long road ahead for all these first responders.
We have a really good team here. We've gone through disasters. We do a lot of preparation. You know, we care about every person in our state. So I know everybody's working hard, and we know that this is, I spoke to our whole team this morning. This is a long road. I talked to the president this morning. I've talked to FEMA Administrator Brock Long. I've talked to Secretary of HHS, Duke. Everybody is committed to do everything they can. The president said, whatever you need, he said, I will do everything I can to get you the resources. We're going to do everything we can to keep everybody safe. But it's going to be work. We're going to have a lot of rain. The storm surge is just devastating. The winds you can see the winds that you're showing. Those are going to be devastating. But I know everybody's going to show up.
You know, Charlie back in '04, Northern Captiva, and then Wilma as a Cat 3 in 2005. But since then, with some notable exceptions, Florida's fared pretty well. Never seen anything that's hit the whole peninsula like this, personally.
There's nothing that's been this big. I mean, it's coastal. Shepard, here's the difference. Typically, if we have a hurricane, it'll come in from one coast or the other. So you can also prepare assets on the other coast. We can't do that as much this time because it's impacting our entire state. We've really never had this amount of storm surge before. I went through Andrew, and 25 years ago, I was in the hospital business. I had to evacuate hospitals. We evacuated hospitals south because we thought that it was going to go north, and it changed the last half hour. We had to hand-vent patients for 10 hours to keep them alive. People are going to show up to take care of other people in this state. I'm going to be very focused. I know everybody is at keeping everybody alive and safe. And Shepard, as I started, we need everybody's prayers.
A few days ago, Governor, people along Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood were looking at this storm saying, we got to get out. Maybe we'll go over to Fort Walton Beach because this storm's coming up the East Coast. That's what they thought. That's what it looked like. Now you got a bunch of evacuees, one that I know of very well, sitting in Fort Walton Beach wondering, in the Panhandle, wow, is this going to be our storm? Where do I go now? What do you tell them?
Well, we have very good county emergency management teams and state. Follow the evacuation orders in your area. We have over 400 shelters open. We'll open more shelters in the northern part of the state if we need them. We will do everything we can to keep you safe, but you've just got to continue to listen to what local officials are saying. We care about every family, so if somebody happened to move to Destin or Fort Walton Beach, and we end up having it impacting that part of the state, we will figure out how to keep you safe. We'll create the shelters. We'll do everything we can to get you safe.
Governor Rick Scott of Florida, all the best, Governor. Those prayers are with you, and I know Americans will come help you out down there because you're going to need it when this is over.
All right. Thank you, Shepard.
Rick Scott, the governor of the state of Florida.